the Bellator main event. It's Danny Sabatello versus Raufeon Stots. They were in studio about 3 months ago, and we almost had to risk our lives to break them up. Now they're not in studio. Danny's joining us first. Stotts in a moment. What's up, Danny? I'm sorry for keeping you waiting there. I just had to respond to a couple of haters.
No, you're good, bro. I'm good. You were just jacking me up. And for the record, I'm Team Ariel all day.
Let's go, Danny! Let's go, Danny! Look, come
Eddie
on!
the pussy. Come on.
Appreciate that, Danny, the Italian gangster showing his support. We're finally here, my man. We are finally here, and I feel like, is there a part of you over the last few months that was like, golly, man, December feels so far away? Are you just giddy? Are you like a kid a couple of days before Christmas now? Because you guys have been promoting this for a freaking long time.
Yeah, I mean, I've been very excited ever since I beat Higo. Obviously that was like 5-ish months ago. But you know what? I'm just very relieved that we're finally here. But I'm always excited. I'm an always fucking passionate, energetic guy. So I'm always going to be off my seat waiting for me to fight again next. Obviously, it's nice that we're here in a couple of days at the Mohegan Sun. I actually get to beat the fuck out of this guy. But throughout this whole time, I've just kind of been staying calm, just become a better fighter, not just planning to beat Raufeon Stots, but planning to beat everybody. This is a crazy fucking game. He could have got hurt and pulled out of the fight, and I could have had to fight anybody. So I need to be ready at any moment, anybody. I need to be able to beat everybody on the face of the planet because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to become the best fighter on the planet. But for right now, it's going to be Raufeon Stots. And after I do beat Raufeon Stots, I think I will be recognized as the best fighter on the planet.
Wow. Okay. That is a big statement. And I appreciate the confidence. Was there any part of you in the buildup to this? And even when you think about the fight itself, that is wondering, like, once I get in there with this guy, considering the bad blood, I will fight with too much emotion. As you know, when you fight with too much emotion, sometimes you stray from the game plan. Are you worried about that because it has gotten so personal between you two?
Nah, I'm a cold-blooded killer. For me, I talk shit and I go in there and I fucking perform no matter what. After I talk all this shit and I have all these lights on me and all this attention, and now that I'm main event, that's where Danny Sabatello comes out. That's where Danny Sabatello comes alive. Put me in big pressure situations and I thrive. I try to create this. I'm trying to get this fight as big as possible because that's when I perform my best. And a lot of people out there crumble under the pressure. I think Raufeon Stots is somebody that does crumble under the pressure. You look at him and he's acting very different now from when he does against other previous opponents. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to create most mental warfare he's ever had going into a fight. I want to have him rethink everything. When you fight Danny Sabatello, you change your ways, not only inside the cage and how you fight, but outside and how you carry yourself. This guy is talking shit all the time, 24/7 now. He's kind of more on edge now. And that's what I want. I want to change these guys. I want to make this a different fight. I want to have this motherfucker go in there and just want to rip my fucking head off simply because usually that's when you make your most mistakes, is when you're very emotional and you're putting so much power into every punch. You make a little slip up. That's what I'm going to capitalize off of. And then also it's 5 rounds. So you get very tired fighting emotionally. I think he's going to fight emotionally. I hopefully want to get to these championship rounds. And then I see myself finishing him in the 4th round.
What makes you think that he crumbles under the pressure, or that he is crumbling right now in the buildup to this? What makes you feel that way?
Yeah, the type of person that he is, he's a pussy. He's very different from me. He's very fake. Anytime I go on social media, I always see him giving a comment or some dumbass like to shit. He wants everyone to be his friend. He wants to be buddy. He wants to live in this fake fucking world and fake feelings and all this fucking bullshit. I'm the exact opposite. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. If you're not my family, friend, teammate, or coach, I could give 2 fucks. I got so many fucking haters out there, but it's awesome because a lot of successful people have a lot of haters. Look at anybody that has ever perfected their craft. They're going to have haters. And I got a fucking lot of them. And they're always all losers too. Successful people aren't on Instagram talking shit. And I talk all this shit and I could have possible repercussions. I think that's why everybody doesn't talk shit, is because they are afraid of the repercussions. They're afraid of people saying, oh, look what's happened in your life. But you know what's happened? If I lose a fucking fight, the only difference in my life is the comment section on my fucking Instagram, and I could give 2 fucks about that. My family and friends are going to treat me the exact same. They're going to love me the absolute same. So I'm always going to be talking shit.
By the way, I feel like I should have used that line as well about, the haters and successful people. I feel like I could have used that when addressing the two haters earlier today. So thank you for that. I appreciate that, Danny, very much.
Yeah, absolutely. But you're in a particular, very different case because you're dealing with Patty the pussy and he's a bitch and he's starting this bullshit drama. So you gotta maybe go a different route.
Okay, fair enough. That's a good point. Thank you for that. By the way, I mentioned this after you guys did that little face off in the cage with Big John. I feel like, and I don't know if Bellator does this sort of thing. I don't know if two people in Bellator in the last couple of years have promoted and sold a fight better than you two. Regardless of what you may think about each other or feel about each other, you guys have done a fantastic job of promoting a fight when in reality, my one gripe with Bellator over the last year or so has been I don't think that they are promoting fights well enough, if I'm being 100% honest. And I said, I hope that someone is giving you a bonus, win or lose, for everything that you've done. Is that in the works here? Is that being discussed? Because you guys deserve that, my man.
Yeah, not to my knowledge, but you know what? Right now, I'm not too carefully thinking about money. Right now, I'm just focused on giving Stotts stitches. And in terms of promoting this fight, I don't feel like I'm promoting anything. I'm kind of just being myself and talking shit just because that's what I love to do. I love everything regarding fighting and all its surroundings of it. I love the media hype. I love all this shit. I love all the talk before and after the fight. So I'm just pretty much being myself. I think the fans have finally understood that's me. I'm not fake. I don't have a shtick. I'm not just some corny cheese ball out there doing shit that's not me. This is fucking me, and you just got to deal with it. Actually, in terms of fucking sponsorships and everything, I got my manager telling me that I should calm it down and I should tone it down and swear a little bit less so I could get more sponsorships and companies behind me. But fuck that. I'm always going to be me. I'm going to be myself. And when you say he's promoting a fight, you know what? It's kind of fucking bullshit that this guy is getting all this publicity, but he's only getting all this publicity from me. Everybody is saying, where did Raufeon Stots and Danny Sabatello come from? Well, yeah, I came out of nowhere, but this motherfucker has been in the fight game for fucking ever. He's 34 years old. He's been in here forever. He's already been, we already know what he is. He didn't come out of nowhere. People are talking about him because he's fighting me. I came out of nowhere. I am new to this fucking MMA game. I started MMA about 4-ish years ago. I got into Bellator about a year ago. So it's only going to fucking take off from here. Every fight of mine is going to be bigger.
At any point in all these face-offs and all these media appearances that you guys did, any point did you think that it was going to get physical?
On your show, I knew it was going to get physical when he fucking challenged me and he said, oh, he's the better wrestler. Dude, he is not the better fucking grappler at all. I'm better at pure wrestling and MMA wrestling, even though the two are very different. You can have a better wrestler and not a better MMA wrestler. It is very different with the shoes off and given everything where you can attempt a submission or you got strikes and all that shit like that. So I knew it was going to get physical there. And lately, when we go get closer to the fight, I get a little bit more on edge and I want to see the guy less. So I've actually had to cancel a couple face-to-face interactions and interviews just because I want to make it to this fight and I want to beat the shit out of this guy in the cage. I'm afraid if I do see this guy and my fucking temper, which I kind of have been known to have one, might get the best of me and I hit him or he hits me or something like that and the fight gets canceled, that would be a nightmare. Because this is a massive fucking fight. This is the biggest Bellator fight of all time. I need to make it to December 9th at the Mohegan Sun in a couple of days and then showcase my skills and beat the fuck out of this motherfucker.
By the way, how I didn't ask you this in the moment, but like, were you impressed by my strength in that moment? Where you guys almost? I mean, like, it was pretty damn impressive. Would you not say?
I thought Superman himself came down and shoved us away. I don't know what your workout routine is. I don't know if you have a trainer, but you got to give that guy a raise.
Thank you, Danny. Been working out quite often these days, so I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot to me. All right, so here we are. There's this big fight coming up. You say it's the biggest fight in Bellator history. Certainly the biggest in a very long time. I'm wondering, is your friend Mark Zuckerberg going to be in attendance? I've seen you guys go back and forth. Is he going to be there on Friday night at Mohegan?
I don't believe he is going to be there. I've been talking to him a lot lately. I'm trying to get him still go to one of my fights. I think it's only a matter of time before he goes to one of my fights. He was at that UFC event. He is a big MMA fan. And he does do it himself as well. There's some videos out there of him actually like sparring and doing some technique. And for somebody, I don't care what anybody fucking says. Obviously, there's so many haters out there. For somebody that doesn't fucking do the sport, I think his technique looks perfectly fine to me.
Hmm.
Mark Zuckerberg is a Danny Sabatello, the Italian gangster fan, and he will be going to one of my fights. I'm just not so sure he'll be at this one December 9th.
By the way, how did this relationship come about?
Dude, he actually DM'd me after one of my fights. And I didn't fucking even think anything of it. I thought it was a burner. And then after another one of my fights, I think it was against Jornel Lugo, which I absolutely dominated. He hit me up and was like, "Hey man, big fan. Again, congratulations. Keep it rolling." And I didn't think it was him. I thought it was some fucking bullshit burner. I showed my phone to Mike Brown, who was with me at the time when I was looking at it. And he's like, "Dude, you got to say something back. This is actually him." So I said something back, and then we've been going back and forth. So he reached out. He watches these Bellators. He watches the Danny Sabatello fights, because obviously if you're a fight fan, you can't miss my fights. But yeah, he's the man. And anytime you can reach out to an audience like that who has nothing to do with MMA, it's just good for the sport in general. We're trying to grow this sport. Bellator is trying to grow this sport. A good thing that Bellator is doing is this Grand Prix tournament, which is good for the sport. We're trying to make these fucking fights just mainstream like NBA, NFL, and MLB. And how do you do that? You create a playoff like they do. So what has MMA done in Bellator? They created a playoff. They created this World Grand Prix. Listen, if you want to be the best, we're going to have you showcase it. Sometimes in MMA, you can cherry pick who gets a title shot, and you'll have dumbass fans saying, "Oh, well, they're not the champion because they didn't deserve the shot," or whatever. No, with this World Grand Prix in the Bantamweight Bellator division, you're going to see exactly who the best is.
I love the fact that you left Mark Zuckerberg on scene. I mean, that is incredible. You didn't respond to him. That is a real flex, my friend.
I eventually kind of fanboyed him, but
Yeah,
the world go around.
yeah.
Yeah, I had to respond eventually, and he'll be at one of my fights.
I love it. You're also back at Mohegan. Last time you told us you got fined for swearing. Is there anything in place there to? I mean, they need to let you be. Like, what is this? What are we doing? Sesame Street here? What the hell is going on?
Dude, it's crazy. I can go in there and maybe kill a guy or maybe paralyze a guy, have blood spew everywhere, but I can't say a four-letter word. Fuck that. That's bullshit. I already know that they're going to have a talk with me. I've already been in talks with a couple of people. They're obviously going to try to tame me the best they can. But I kind of said that, you know what? I'm always going to be me, no matter what. I understand it. If they have to find me, if they have to try to make an example out of me, so be it. But I'm gonna be me. I mean, I'm gonna do
It's
whatever it
crazy.
is. I don't plan swearing, or I don't plan any of this shit. But again, I could see myself getting fined again after this fight. It is what it is. I hope I don't, but we're gonna have to find out.
Bellator should pay for that fine if they fine you. I mean, that's crazy. This is cage fighting, for goodness sakes. You drop a couple F-bombs. It's on Showtime. If you were on CBS, I could understand that. And by the way, I wish this fight was on CBS in February, but alas, you would have had to wait, 2 months more. That is crazy to me that they will fine you if you swear. That is absolutely absurd. And I think it's a Mohegan thing, right? I don't think it's like if this fight was happening in LA, you wouldn't be fined by the California State Athletic Commission, correct?
Correct. It's not Bellator that's finding
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Actually, Bellator loves me. I have a great relationship with Scott Coker. He's the man. He's the best in the game. I love that guy. I hope I deal with him for the rest of my career. But it's the Connecticut Commission that's finding me. So it's all on them. They say what goes, and maybe even after they did find me, they could pick it up, or Bellator picks up the tab. There's a few ways to go about it. For now, I'm not too fucking worried about it. At the end of the day, it's just money. I'm not too worried about that. I'm just worried about becoming the best fucking bantamweight on the planet.
Have you seen him at the hotel? Have you run into him at all?
Nope, I haven't fucking run into him. And I wore a shirt the other day of me flicking him off in his face. So I kind of was hoping he would see it. I was kind of hoping we would run into each other. I want to see his nerves. I want to see how nervous he is and giddy he is. But it might not be the best idea for us to cross paths, because the blood is boiling, and it can come to a point, and it feels like it's kind of come to that point where if we do have an interaction, something might happen that's not so good. So it's probably best that we haven't seen each other. But no, I have not seen him.
Okay. And by the way, who made that shirt?
I did. I'm working with this company. It's called Millions. They made the shirt, but I gave them the idea. Then they absolutely killed it. I kind of had an idea, but they made it pop. But yeah, it's a fucking phenomenal shirt.
And you're selling it as well. We're showing the shirt right now of you rocking it from your Instagram, Shock the World, or is it Shock This World? I can't see that. It's Shock This World, right? On
Well, yeah, it's Shock This World is my tagline, but
yeah,
yeah, you can get it on my Instagram bio. You can purchase it. Just go to the website. But yeah, my motto, Shock the World, Shock This World. It is, it's the same shit, but my username or whatever on
yeah, yeah,
Instagram
yeah.
is
So you're selling it.
yeah,
That's great.
absolutely.
I love it.
A bunch of different other Italian gangster gear you could get.
I love it. So you said fourth round. That's your prediction.
Yeah, the prediction is fourth round. I want to have this a very violent fight. I want my war. I don't want to bring him to hell. I want to meet him in hell. I want to go to hell myself. I want to have this a very fucking bloody fight. I want to have this just a fight where I find out about myself. I think I am the baddest man in the world, but I guess I gotta fucking show it. I gotta fucking prove it. And what better than against Raufeon Stots, who has the belt, who is the champion, who is the actual champion. It's not fucking Sergio Pettis. Sergio Pettis is a little bitch. This fight coming up is for the title, not the interim title. I don't want to hear shit about that. And also, you just look at my skill set, you look at Raufeon's skill set. We're the best in Bellator. The other two pipsqueaks on the other side of the bracket, Magomed and Patchy, those guys suck. Okay. And Sergio Pettis, give me a break. That guy's got no skills. His ground game is atrocious. So this fight coming up, to me, this is an absolute title fight. When I get that Bellator belt wrapped around my waist in a couple days, that is actually for the belt.
Who do you think wins that one? By the way, like who do you think you meet in the finals of this Grand Prix?
Yeah, I don't know who wins between those two bitches. To be quite honest with you, I'm not going to watch it because if I do watch it, I feel like I might get a little worse watching. So if I were to make a prediction, I would say maybe Magomed. I'm not too confident in it. He throws a lot of spinning attacks, which can be dangerous because we're wearing such small gloves and you always got to be careful. But his skill set isn't very tame. And then you look at Patchy and he's only really good when he has that body triangle on your back. But other than that, he doesn't have any great skills. But the bottom line is I'm so much better than both those guys. I don't care who I face in this final. But I am thinking maybe Magomed. But either way, I know both those guys through interviews have said that they are estimating that Stotts wins this fight. You ask any other Bellator bantamweight, they're all going to take Stotts because I've talked shit about all of them. You know what's funny, Ariel? All these guys are all fucking friends. I know Patchy and Stotts are fucking friends. These guys over here, dude, behind the scenes and not in front of the camera, they're all fucking friends. Right now, I feel like I'm at a fucking friendship retreat. It's ridiculous. They're all fucking talking, and I hate all these guys. These guys are all the enemy to me. I'm not in the friendship business. I'm in the face-breaking business. That's what I want to do to all the Bellator bantamweights. So I already know if you ask any of the other guys, they're all going to have Stotts because they're all fucking buddy-buddy. They all hate me, but I run this whole fucking division.
You mentioned that you haven't seen him, and you guys are fighting on Friday, and I can't wait. Tomorrow is the weigh-ins. You'll probably have a face up there. As you likely know, he's coming up next. He's on the show next. In fact, he's standing by. Do you want to say anything? We could bring him in. Do you want to say anything to him, or would you rather not interact with him? We could bring him in right now for a parting shot, or would you rather not?
Bring him in.
All right, let's bring in Raufeon. There he is. Mr. Stotts is here now. I don't think you'll be able to see each other, but you can certainly hear him. He's here now. He's flexing, Danny. Anything you want to say to Mr. Interim Champion Raufeon Stots?
Yeah, he's probably flexing, looking like an absolute fucking dumbass right now. Hey, Raufeon, good luck on your interview. Hopefully you don't fucking stutter too much, stuttering Stotts. You sound like a fucking
here. The champ is here.
You got 2 days. Try to last in the championship rounds.
Let's go, baby. Hey, you try to last to the championship rounds. When the fuck you ever finish somebody? Huh?
Good one,
you gonna come
good
in
one.
there? Doubt it. Let's
Stealing
go.
No, nice, man. You're really
gonna,
good.
hey, you right. You gonna see blood, all right. You gonna
sound
see
good.
blood splattered all over your face.
You're welcome for all the publicity you're getting this week. You better give me a Christmas present.
Oh, I got a Christmas present. It's coming December 9th. I got a bunch of them from they hand wrapped. They fucking ready. Let's go.
Okay, good.
You guys are great. Danny, appreciate the time. We'll talk to Raufeon now. Good luck to you. Can't wait. And well done on everything you've done leading up to this point. The promotion has been fantastic.
Yep. Thank you, Ariel. We'll see you, bro. And Team Ariel, fuck Patty.
Thank you. Thank you.